and political science, they are brother in arms. We are very closely related disciplines, both political science and law, because political science is never complete without the foundations of law. And I think that in all my humility I would say that law will never be a complete subject unless there is a distinct input of politics or political science. Where there is no law, there is anarchy. This was said by John Locke. Law means liberty. Liberty means law. Both are interrelated to each other. And therefore, because being a small student of law as well as of political science, it is a very special day, not only for me, I think that it is a very, very special day, a very dignified day for each of us present here in this hall. Now, regarding our Department of Political Science. This Department of Political Science has been a very distinguished department for a very long time. In fact, this is the first Department of Political Science in India. This is the first political science department of India. It was established by several intellectual scholars of the discipline of political science, and a few of them I would just like to call. It was established in the year 1922. Professor V.S. Ram, he was the founding pillar, he was the founding head of the department way back in 1922. He was succeeded by Professor M.V. Piley. M.V. Piley is such a renowned figure for all the students of law as well as political science. There are a number of books have been written by Professor M.V. Piley, which is still studied widely by all students of law and politics. There were other scholars as well. Professor Eddie Ashirvadam. He was a very towering figure of our discipline. Professor I.D. Sharma, Professor K.P. Mishra, Professor P.N. Masandan, Professor G.N. Dhawan, Professor Raghuveer Singh, Professor C.A. Perumal, Professor R.B. Das, Professor D.P. Singh, Professor L.D. Thakur, and Professor S.M. Saeed. They have been our very, very strong pillars of the Department of Political Science. Apart from that, in recent years, we had very strong faculty in our discipline of political science, and there were a number of professors who taught us. For example, Professor R.N. Pandey, Professor S.K. Dwivedi, Professor B.K. Tiwari, Professor Ramesh Dixit sir, Professor Rakesh Mishra, Professor Ashutosh Mishra, Professor Shashi Shukla, Professor Rajiv Saran, Professor Mridang Shekhar Mishra, and the very recent one, Professor Manukar Khanna. Today we are a department of 13 faculty members, out of which 5 are professors and the rest of the faculty members, they are assistant professors. One of our esteemed faculty members, Professor Manukar Khanna, she is today the Honorable Dean in this university, working very closely with the university administration. Another of my colleague, Professor Kamal Kumar, he is the Director, Human Resource Development Center, which is a specialized body of the University Grants Commission, New Delhi. So we have a very vibrant faculty members. We have so many young faculty members joining in recent years, and they are full of vibrant energy, enthusiasm. They have contributed massively to the furtherance and to the growth, to the excellence of this department. Today there are a number of students receiving education both at the undergraduate and postgraduate levels. There are around 300 students taking education or receiving specialized education in politics, in all these so many other papers of political science at the MA level, and hundreds of students getting educated at the undergraduate level. Besides, we have several research scholars who are enrolled as PhD scholars under various faculty members of our university, of our department. Now, with this brief introduction, I would now take the initiative to introduce our esteemed members present on the dais, both on the dais and off the dais. First of all, to begin with, we are very, very thankful to Professor Arvind Awasthi sir. He is the current Pro-Vice Chancellor of the university and an esteemed, a very distinguished faculty member of the Department of Economics. Professor Awasthi has worked at various levels. He has been the head of department of the Department of Economics from 2014 to 2017. Besides, he has been the director of Institute for Development Studies. This IDS or Institute for Development Studies is a very, very specialized body that specializes in the presentation of the union budgets. Every year we know that union budget is presented in the Central Hall of Parliament, as well as in the UP Assembly in Lucknow. So he is a specialist in this area of budget presentation and budget analysis. Besides, he has been the chief guest at the 10th Statistics Day that was organized by the Economics and Statistics Division, Government of India. He has been the chairperson of very important committee. In recent years, we have been hearing that our Honorable Prime Minister has been speaking very eloquently about doubling the income of the farmers. Farmers' income is thought to be doubled, and Professor Arvind Awasthi sir, he has worked as the chairperson of the technical session on doubling farmers' income, improving agricultural viability and farmers' income in India, and at the 14th conference that was organized in Lucknow. So the report that was prepared by Professor Awasthi, it was sent to the Union government, and there his report has been taken into cognizance, and further work is being done on the issue of doubling of the income of the farmers. Besides, as an academician, as a scholar, he has traveled widely all over the world. He has presented research papers in a number of countries, and currently he has contributed around 80 video lectures. That was during the Corona period. That was between 2 years, that is 2020 and 21, when several of us contributed video lectures for the benefit of the students, and Professor Arvind Awasthi has contributed 80 video lectures for the benefit of the students. So I welcome our esteemed Pro Vice Chancellor, who is representing our Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Alok Kumar Rai. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor today is unavailable because he has gone to the Raj Bhavan. There a conference is going on that has been summoned by the Honorable Chancellor of UP. Now I would like to take initiative to welcome our honorable judges on the dais. To begin with, Honorable Mr. Justice Shamim Ahmed. I would like to hear a big round of applause for our distinguished scholars and distinguished guests sitting on the dais. Honorable Mr. Justice Shamim Ahmed, he is a permanent judge. He is a permanent judge in the Allahabad High Court, Lucknow bench. He was appointed as a permanent judge. He took oath as a permanent judge in March 2021. He is a law graduate from Allahabad University, and he has practiced for several years in the areas of civil, constitutional service, and about company law. So these are his areas of specialization, and he has delivered numerous landmark verdicts. When he became the honorable judge, he has delivered several landmark judgments, and besides, he carries number of years of practice in these areas. He has also been Central Government Counsel in the Allahabad High Court. It's a very distinct. It's a very high position, being a Central Government Counsel in the Allahabad High Court. Then he has also been a standing counsel for the Zilla Panchayat at Badaयूं. Currently, he is the administrative judge for the district of Etawah. So, please, once again, a very warm round of applause for our Justice Shamim Ahmed Saab. Then, and one more thing that I would like to remind here, that Professor Masoodi Saab, Honorable Justice A.R. Masoodi Saab, initially was to have presided over today's function, but since he is participating in an All India Judicial Conference in New Delhi that has been convened by the Ministry of Law and Justice, so today he has not been able to make here. So he has especially designated Honorable Justice Shamim Ahmed Saab to preside over this function. Our another dignified judge sitting on the dais is Justice. I don't have Justice Rajiv Singh. Justice Rajiv Singh, he is a very big round of applause for Justice Rajiv Singh sir. He is a permanent judge of the Allahabad High Court, Lucknow bench, and he is also serving as an administrative judge for the district of Devariya, and he was appointed as a permanent judge in 2020. He practiced law at the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court, mainly in criminal laws, constitutional laws, administrative laws, and banking laws. So he carries a huge track record of a very eminent lawyer in the Allahabad High Court, Lucknow bench. He has developed expertise in almost all branches of law. And Honorable Justice Rajiv Singh sir has delivered several landmark judgments in all these areas, and because of these judgments delivered by Honorable Rajiv Singh and by Honorable Shamim Ahmad Sahab, this society, our state, our society, our government has received lot of encouragement, lot of clarity about what is the essence of good governance. So I would say that our esteemed judiciary, our esteemed judicial members, they have contributed massively towards the good governance in India, good governance in our judicial system, and we as students of political science, we as researchers of political science, we have been learning so much from our esteemed judges, our esteemed justices, and our esteemed entire judicial system of India. And after this, I would also like to welcome Dr. Ashok Nigam sir. Dr. Ashok Nigam, in whose work is to be celebrated today, and this is the reason why we have assembled here today on this occasion, is Dr. Ashok Nigam. Dr. Ashok Nigam, he has been, first of all, he has been an alumni of our department. He has been a very, very bright student of this department, and he received his education, both his normal education at the undergraduate and PG level, as well as he conducted his research under our esteemed, towering, erstwhile or former head of departments, Professor P.N. Masaldar, as well as Professor L.D. Thakur. Professor L.D. Thakur, he has been our guru, he has been guru of so many of our colleagues. It was he only that we are in this department today. And so we are all full of gratitude for both Professor P.N. Masaldar and Professor L.D. Thakur sir. Dr. Ashok Nigam, he did his work in PhD that was entitled as Tibet as a factor in Indo-Nepalese relations till 1956. It was basically a research on Tibet that involved both India and Nepal. And this work was confined till the year 1956. But today, in this, he is still so young, and we are still taking so much inspiration from him, that today he has updated his old PhD work. He has brought it in tune with the latest developments in the field of international relations, and now an updated version of his PhD that is now available in the book form. It is entitled as Rise and Fall of Tibet, Challenges and Opportunities for India. This is a very important work. I have gone through this book. It's very valuable for all the researchers in the discipline of political science, international relations, and for everyone whosoever is interested in acquiring more information on issues of international relations. Dr. Ashok Nigam has contributed massively both at the professional as well as at the academic level. At the academic level, he has been the Chancellor's nominee to the Executive Council of Lucknow University. In short, he has been a distinguished member of the Executive Council of Lucknow University. He has been a former member of Board of Studies, Law Faculty of Lucknow University. Further, he has been a President's nominee to the first court of Allahabad University on its becoming Central University. So when the Allahabad University became a Central University about a decade back, he was appointed as the President's nominee to the first court of the Allahabad University. Then he has also represented Lucknow University. He has also represented in various parts of the world as an eminent lawyer, both as an eminent lawyer as well as an eminent academician in several parts of the world, several countries such as the United States, Canada, Athens, and Pakistan. And so far as his professional qualifications are concerned, he has been a very towering figure of India. He has been the former Solicitor General of India. And what Solicitor General of India is, we as students of India can very well realize. It is basically the Attorney General of India and the Solicitor General of India who are representing the government, the union government, in all cases, whether it is a civil case or any other case. They are the law officers of the government of India. They are sitting at the apex of the Indian legal system. So this is a very big, he is a very distinguished scholar in this sense. He has been the senior most designated senior advocate who is now practicing in the Allahabad High Court of Lucknow bench and is also currently the chairman of the Elders Committee, Awadh Bar Association, High Court Lucknow. Currently he is also holding the charge of administration of Bar Association. So with all these glorious, and one more thing very, very special to him, and that was that after the Nirbhaya case, the unfortunate Nirbhaya case in the year 2013, he was appointed as an expert to counter these kinds of crimes, and he had suggested certain radical changes in the POSCO Act which were published both in the government circles as well as in the Times of India, and it was also sent over to the Union Ministry of Law and Legal Affairs. So, and he has also suggested wide-ranging changes in the POSCO Act. So with all these feathers in his cap, I would welcome Dr. Ashok Nigam to this August gathering on this solemn occasion of the book release, on his book release, and that is The Rise and Fall of Tibet, Challenges and Opportunities. So thank you so much, and this is all from me. Thanks a lot.